mile of this backwoods attraction, the old Boss Buck feeder. And then we got some work to do to try to get us a lane to another side of the property. So hopefully we'll be able to maneuver some trails and not have to work ourselves to death. Anyway, we'll be back to you in a bit. Man alive. It is hot and humid in Mississippi. You make this little trail through here. Got my #1 helper over there helping me get the small little trees and whatever out of the way. Trying to make it that way. We ain't gonna be driving in here much, but if we were to kill something in here, we'd need to get in here to retrieve it, because it's probably about 500 yards and it is up and down, and it's not an easy trek without a deer, much less with a deer. The old trusty Kaiser blade. Whoop. Got a good little trail coming through here. Oh yeah, what do you think, Lacey? Huh?
I'm hot.
Yes, you are. Well, we're about 1/10 of the way. That's great. Break time.
Do that work, boy, while I'm still on break.
This ain't no game.
Oh.
Work that we are doing.
Ooh, that breeze feels good.
What breeze?
I feel one.
Chainsaw be fresh out of breezes. Fresh out of breezes.
Like watching him work. Yeah. We've been about 100
About 100 yards. We ain't got but about 450 more to go.
Okay, so I think that's my cue that I better get the Kaiser blade and start moving some stuff. So we'll catch y'all later.
So I had a good idea about where I wanted the trail. Get them sticks, baby. I've been using my OnX to kind of help plot the path I want to take. Okay, we're just cutting little bitty trees down. Nothing hurting. We'll go right through there, get on that next ridge, and then we're gonna go straight back. And we'll be kind of where we need to be one time. OnX is, I love it.
Hot.
It is hot. We definitely aren't as enthusiastic as we were before we started.
No, not quite.
Based on my OnX line distance, we have about 268 yards to go. Probably not going to go quite that far. At least we'll have us a good little trail we can get in here, walk in without disturbing a whole lot. I actually brought my leaf blower too, to once we kind of get close over there to the stand, kind of get the leaves off the ground. Maybe create more trail for a deer to go, but they got pretty good trails going right there behind where Lacey is, right off of this little ditch right here, which we're bedding on the deer bedding back here. We have that boss buck feeder with the backwoods attraction over here, about 350 yards, and so I'll be hunting in the woods. Gonna get a little transition. It's all woods right here. There's no place to have a food plot, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And it's a good quiet spot over here and we enjoy it. So we're putting in a little work, trying to get ready for deer season. I already hung my stand lock on over here, probably about 3 weeks ago. And I had 600 pounds of feed in that boss buck feeder, and we put 400 pounds in it today. In 3 weeks, they've eaten about 400 pounds, and every day they just standing there just eating and eating and eating and eating. That little buck robber and protein plus is pretty good to the old palate for them, I guess. So anyway, we'll keep on working. All right, Lacey got over here to a ridge, and I knew there were some areas over here that had some piled up rocks, and we're off in the middle of nowhere. I mean, nowhere. But I had my leaf blower, and we found the piles of rocks. There's two of them pretty close to by, probably about 20 yards apart. But I don't know if anybody, you historians are out there know, but it's like maybe, I don't know, would it be some kind of burial? Family buried a family member, or maybe some Indian, or I don't know. But there's this pile, and there's another pile over here. So I got my leaf blower and blew the leaves off of it. Kind of wanted to expose the rock a little bit better. That's pretty cool. You see here's another one. Just a big old piles of rocks. Either somebody may be buried here, or maybe some kids umpteen years ago were out here playing and just wanted to stack up a bunch of rocks. But it's awful strange to me and to Lacey that is the case. Now, one thing that Lacey found out, there's a few trees on this property. Back in the old days, what, Lacey?
Indians used to bend trees to be like markers for direction to find things. I guess their camps or in the woods. Anyway, I'm a member of Real Camo Girl, and one of our directors posted an article about it that I felt like was pretty interesting. But they bend the limbs of the trees, and different angles mean different things. So Anyway, there's a tree here that's bent, and then there's one other one.
I think it's
That was right over there, maybe? Yeah, right here. So just kind of interesting that 2 trees with the limbs bent down that possibly could have been markers many years ago, and then these 2 stone piles. So,
yeah.
kind of neat.
Oh my goodness, here's another one. Another stone pile right here. We didn't see this one.
Oh, it is.
I knew that there were 2 here, but I've never noticed this 3rd one here.
I mean, they are literally.
I mean, they're 20 yards apart.
Yeah.
Well, that was probably 15 yards apart, and the other one's probably about 20 yards from it, but they're all right here on the side of this ridge, which is pretty cool. And there may be another one somewhere, I don't know. You see any more markers up through here? Maybe that tree over there possibly could be a marker.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty neat.
That is kind of neat.
Anyway, we're out here getting ready for deer season. We're hot and nasty, and pretty cool little break. You get outside, you never know what you might find. Pretty cool. So if any of you guys or gals on here that are watching this video know what some of those rock piles could be with the Indian markers next to them, shoot me a comment, let me know. Love to know. Lacey knows more about the markers than I do.
Well, I don't know a whole lot.
She studied it and thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
So, anyway. Alright, we're going to probably blow this one off too.
That's another mound. It doesn't have a lot of rocks on it, but it is mounded up.
Another little mound there.
I mean, isn't it pretty?
It is a pretty good little mound.
Pretty rounded.
And a strange place for it to be. There's no trees that have dug up, but you know, it could have been a another burial site. I don't know. Pretty cool. Like I said, we are in a very remote area.
Extremely
Remote area. We're gonna keep on trucking though. We got a little more work to do. We'll get this stump off of there and pay a few little respects to them and get our trail finished. It's definitely a mound right next to that mound. We'll be back. All right, it's D-Rock back, and Lacey, she's smiling, but she really don't want to because we just got through and it is 1:35. What time did we get over here this morning?
About 9:30.
Was it 9:30?
May have been 9.
Anyway,
What time do you think we got here?
like 8:30?
Oh, it may have been.
I think it was. Anyway, regardless of what time we got here, we were hot. We were worn out. Lacey said I done got all the good out of her I'm gonna get today.
Done. I'm done.
We got a couple lock-ons we got to go take down.
I'm done. Done. That's gonna have to wait for another day.
Shower
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll wait for another day. But anyway, we did some good work. We have an awesome trail in here to the back side of this property. And got my blower out and blew out some the grass, or did I say the grass, the leaves and all that kind of stuff up to the stand so I can really just kind of creep up there, or Lace can kind of creep up there. We have a ditch right down here that the Ranger ATV is not going to cross. So I cut down a few trees and then it opens up a little bit. So I'm just gonna get some reflective tape. So that way if Lacey wants to hunt down there, she won't totally freak out in the dark and not know where she's going.
I don't like the dark.
So that reflective tape, it'll shine pretty good bit with a flashlight. So I'll put one of those up until kind of up there where the stand goes off the side of the ridge. But the bucks like to go on that side of the ridge this year, or last year, and decided that I'd make a move and put my lock on up over there. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to shoot him if he comes through and wants to act right. So anyway, we appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe, like, comment. I'm trying to get these tools out of my pocket. I'm really hot. Like, comment, and let me know again what you think about the stones that are kind of piled up there, kind of what you think they may be. So pretty cool. Anyway, we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll come back to you again with another outdoors video. And as always, this ain't no game, baby. Say it, Lacey.
This ain't no game, baby.
All right, y'all have a good one. See ya. Don't seem that far when you ride.
Do what?
Don't seem that far when you ride. Four-wheel drive. Just like that, we're ready for hunting season one time.